Okay, so this course is based around a system that I've created. Now, this system is kind of like, I've been building it up in my mind over the last few years. So you saw my story. So I've been building it up, and just for this course, I've really like organized it. So obviously, like, 5 years ago, I didn't exactly know what I was going to teach right now, but I've spent some time over the last like week really organizing this system so that you can learn it and you can kind of keep it in mind as you go about your sex life. And the system that we're going to follow is DAP plus CAP. DAP plus CAP. So imagine this like a coin, and there's two sides of a coin, like a 5p coin, £1 coin, or whatever country you're in. Like, I was gonna say $1 coin, but I'm pretty sure dollars are notes. Two sides of a coin, right? We need both sides of this coin. Now, on one side is DAP. Now, DAP, D-A-P, stands for dominance, aggression, pain. And the other side of this coin, CAP, stands for connection, authenticity, and presence. I'll walk you through each section, so DAP, CAP, and I'll, give you some in-depth advice, practical, no bullshit advice that you've probably never heard of before. And once you kind of learn all this and we put it together, something's gonna click in your mind and you'll be like, oh shit, well, this is the only thing that would lead to like a good sex life. You need to have every single one of these. Now you actually have like a system to follow, because right now, I've just briefly explained it, but you will get this like click in your brain, which will be like, oh yeah, well, yeah, it's obvious now. Why is no one else thinking about this? This is 100% of what I need to have a good sex life. DAP, CAP. And following this system of DAP plus CAP, it will be deeply fulfilling for you, but also for the girl. The single best benefit that you're gonna get from following this DAP plus CAP system is that you're truly gonna enjoy sex without this like weird, neurotic overthinking and anxiousness. When you learn and follow this system, you're gonna feel like an alpha male. Like, there was times in my second year of university where I was like, following this, and I was, being so dominant and like so aggressive, that after I was done having sex, it's like the way that I would look at myself in the mirror, I would feel fucking phenomenal. Like, there's levels to how you feel when you're having sex and afterwards, like, how you feel about yourself. And I think the majority of guys just feel kind of good because, they've had like momentary pleasure from like ejaculation and they feel nice. But there's a certain kind of man who's following a system like this, or either, they've autistically thought of it like I have, or they're just kind of natural alpha male chads or something. But there's a certain kind of man that fucking relentlessly dominates a woman, and he looks at himself like he's the fucking man afterwards. When you follow a system like this, when you learn what you're going to learn from this course, you're going to end up like that kind of man. I promise you, within some time from now, when you implement this system and you do it well, there's going to be a time where you look in the mirror straight after having sex. You're going to look at your own eyes, you're going to like look at your entire body up and down and say, fuck me, I feel like the man. And that feeling is priceless. Another great benefit of this DAP plus CAP system, like I mentioned in my story, is that it's actually more pleasurable for women, and they'll be far more likely to like text you back, actually want to come back with you. Because you remember my story that I followed that conventional advice that, I did the whole like, try and make it come as best as you can, use all these techniques and everything. And girls were telling me that I was good at that because I autistically like, researched all this shit, right? I researched all this. Girls were telling me, yeah, I'm really good at it. And they would never come back to fuck me again. And I explained, well, the reason why is because every guy that they meet will go down on them for 15 minutes and perform the whole routine that they're all used to. But not many guys have this level of like confidence and security in themselves where they will fucking pound this girl into oblivion. Maybe, I'm not sure if you've experienced this or not, maybe you have and you'll be able to verify. But it's so interesting, like, this little girl, she weighs what, 150 pounds, she's 5'4". They can take a lot more than you think. You can absolutely ragdoll a woman sexually, fucking obliterate her, and literally moments later, like afterwards, she'll be proper cute on your arm and everything, like smiling at you and shit. When that happens, maybe it's not happened to you just yet, but when that happens, when you fuck a girl so aggressively, and then straight afterwards, she's probably being cute and looking at you and everything, and you're thinking like, holy fuck, I just strangled you till I saw like your eyes get red, and now you're like proper cute with me. You're gonna think back to all the times that you've had with girls and think like, why was I so gentle with all of them? So this course, like, this system that you're following, it isn't just about your pleasure, it's about hers too. This is like, honestly, this was like the best feeling for me, was that this is how I've always wanted to fuck, and the girl I'm with is enjoying it likewise. And a big focus of this system that I've created, the DAP plus CAP system that you're going to learn in this course, is that you will lose that insecurity that you have. There's insecurities that you have, and a lot of them's like physical, and like, oh, what about my dick size? What about like the way I look? What about my sort of mannerisms and everything? And if those thoughts get into your mind when you're about to have this connecting experience with a woman, you're not going to be anywhere near as present. So a big part of this system that I've created, even though, this is based around like fucking like an alpha male, male. That's the DAP side, so dominance, aggression, and pain. So that's like the alpha male side. But along with that, what I've learned is that the CAP side, connection, authenticity, and presence, is equally as important so that you truly enjoy the experience together. When you learn and implement both sides of this system, you will realize just how vital it was to learn this. And I actually feel kind of honored to be the one who's presenting like this. You know, I feel good about myself. Like shit, like I've created a system here that I can teach to someone else. And I guarantee, you know, how many guys will buy this course? Like 100, 200, 300 guys. There's gonna be like a good deal of my boys who are experiencing such a better sex life from this, because you've never been taught this shit before. You've never seen a guide on like how to fuck properly. You've only seen shit of like how to make her, you know, all based on her pleasure, never on yours. That's what I hope to give you here. And I think the benefits of following this system is so fucking good.